Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here with Bill Kartz, who's the Senior Vice President for Brand and Digital Marketing for LA Tourism. Now, LA Tourism last week just launched a major marketing and advertising campaign, and it's one of the biggest ones they've ever had, the largest global ad campaign. And we wanted to talk to Bill a little bit about why we're doing it now and what the target markets are. And they're trying to get people to come to LA. So there's a lot of things they're featuring, but we're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Bill, first of all, how are you doing? I see you are in Hollywood. I was just joking with you. You got the Roosevelt Hotel sign behind you.
Oh, it's amazing out here. We can't really complain. Gotta love the weather in LA. Every day it's a different, amazing opportunity to experience the great outdoors. Whether you love the rain or don't love the rain, we got a little bit of everything for everyone.
Yeah, here this week you're getting a little rain, which is, it's funny. Last year you wanted that desperately, right? So now somebody came back and rewarded you with a little bit too much rain this time, but hopefully I'll clear up in just a few days.
Yeah, we still love the sunshine, and we'll get it back real soon.
Now let's talk about what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we're going to tee up a few of the spots. I believe there's 6 spots that you did. They're 15-second spots. The whole campaign we'll talk is actually called Now Playing. But why is LA Tourism launching really, as I said earlier, what is being called the largest global ad campaign that's ever done at this time? And when did this actually begin to roll out? Because I understand it's already being rolled out, right?
Yeah, so LA Tourism recognizes that the competition for tourists continue to evolve. We're not just competing domestically for visitors; we're competing globally. When we launched the campaign, this particular flight, we realized that it's an evolution of our creative concept that we launched in fall of 2022 to reinvigorate tourism following the pandemic. We really wanted to establish this campaign as a way of bringing tourists back to Los Angeles and really help our recovery efforts.
No, that's great. And I definitely have to get back out there. As I was telling you earlier, I used to live out there, but I definitely want to get back and see what you've been done lately. Now, what are the countries you are really targeting with this campaign, and why were they selected?
Yeah, so in pushing out the campaign over the past couple of years, but more specifically this coming flight, we've also realized that the campaign's generated an incremental $2 billion in direct spending to the local economy. So we know this is really playing an instrumental role in our recovery efforts. And we focus on particular markets that, from a strategic standpoint, allow us to understand where we're focusing on a high yield economic impact for LA over a 3-year period. We look at macroeconomic factors such as market size, visitor spend, cost of advertising. And so based off that criteria, we're focusing on 8 countries with this current buy. The United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, Canada, South Korea, and France for the first time ever.
That's great. And, you really have some interesting spots. And actually, let's play one right now and see what you're doing. It's called Now Playing, and here it is.
I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset honeys always make me say, I really want to be in LA.
Well, that was a great spot. You got a few more we're going to showcase here. But again, what is the theme of this campaign Now Playing? What does it refer to specifically, other than obviously a movie-focused theme? I'm an old Turner Classic Movies junkie, so when they say Now Playing, that's what they do all through their things. And what are you kind of highlighting about LA in these spots?
Absolutely. So, the movie theme is definitely ownable to Los Angeles, and Now Playing can only be a tagline that LA owns. But it also allows us to roll out the red carpet to some of the biggest events in the world over the next decade, from the recently announced World Cup opening, U.S. matches to the Olympics. So it's really a call to action, but more importantly, an invitation to have consumers and clients come join us at center stage.
Fantastic. Now let's watch one more of the clips. This is the second one, and here it is.
I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset honeys always make me say, I really want to be in LA.
Well, that's great as well. It's really cool. I mean, it does, and I guess it goes to the heart of it. I think you said 6 different spots you created, right? And how does each one focus on? What do they focus on? Different themes, right?
Yeah, so our creative director, Shelley Leopold, had the concept in mind of how we are able to break up the content into our different product offerings. So from attractions and theme parks to LA's culinary and nightlife scene, shopping, arts and culture, outdoors and wellness, as well as our sports and live events, the tagline allows us to kind of celebrate so many different aspects of LA culture.
And you mentioned the for the music used for the rest of the campaign. Let's look at one of the other spots, the 4th spot, and see what it is.
I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset honeys always make me say, I really want to be in LA.
Now, again, you mentioned what was this music that was selected? What's the group?
Eagles of Death Metal's song "Wanna Be in LA."
Now, these are all videos, right? Is there any other collateral that is being released or in addition to the videos?
There's so much collateral with this campaign, reaching all of those markets. Video is just one medium for the campaign launch this spring. We're excited about unique out-of-home placements that our media buying agency, Ally Global, has secured in the US, UK, Australia, and so on. The campaign actually it's transforming global spaces into canvases for commission placements by artists. So it's a banner year for arts and culture in LA, and we've partnered with notable local artists to find new ways to showcase the campaign.
Now let's look at the 5th spot, just so people get an idea, even though, as you said, there's a lot of other stuff going on just beyond the video. So here's the 5th spot.
I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset honeys always make me say, I really want to be in LA.
The campaign is largely targeting foreign tourists, right? But how are you going to use this campaign? And you said U.S. is one of the countries. How are you going to use to target travelers here in the U.S.? And when will that start to roll out, or is it already been rolled out?
Yeah, so running national advertising is very valuable to LA tourism, and we see a very high return on ad spend when we're able to do so. So you'll see these ads running nationally in Los Angeles and throughout the country this spring, primarily outside of the market to get visitors to stay in Los Angeles. So we're exposing new audiences to the destination and offering new product to returning guests. That's kind of the cornerstone of the campaign.
Now, so you have the U.S. here. Let's watch that final 6th spot, and then I have a few other questions for you. And here it is.
I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset honeys always make me say, I really want to be in LA.
Now, what is the real end goal of this campaign? What do you have any kind of visitor numbers you're trying for that you really want to, your goal is compared to what your visitation is now?
Yeah, so in addition to trying to generate incremental economic impact and direct spend for the local economy, we really want to get back on our feet in terms of ensuring that we get our visitors back from our overseas markets. So we expect it'll take about 24 to 36 months before visitors from overseas markets get back to pre-pandemic levels. But we're hoping with this campaign, we can somehow expedite that recovery.
Now, one thing I didn't ask is how you're distributing this. I assume it's, social media, YouTube, maybe, TV in certain markets. How are you getting these videos out as well as the other collateral?
Absolutely. TV, streaming, social, advertorials, podcasts, in stadium, in flight, and even public transportation station dominations in multiple cities. So there's over about 1,000 plus creative assets developed or in development.
So I can look forward to a subway car takeover in New York for LA. Is that what we're talking about?
We're going to go so far as to Melbourne for that kind of takeover.
You're going to Melbourne. I have to go all the way to Melbourne to see that. Yeah, I'm used to it. Usually they do it on the shuttle in New York between Grand Central and Times Square. All of a sudden I've been on it when Switzerland took it over. So it's kind of an interesting way. And it does make an impact, I got to tell you, because most of the subway cars in New York, there's a lot of takeover ads within each subway car. So maybe we'll see one there.
We actually have some really fun, exciting advertising going on in New York, revealing soon. We have a 3D billboard with Stephen Harrington going live in Times Square and Penn Station. In addition, that 3D is also going to be in Melbourne as well.
Wow. So when is that happening? The 3D here in New York?
So we have a little bit of a preview going live tomorrow, but next week is when the 3D is going to go live at Times Square and Penn Station.
Okay, so we'll actually be out before then. So if you're in the area next week, drop by and take a look at what LA's up to there. Now, how can our readers are mostly travel advisors, about 126,000 of them, and then we go to a lot of the rest of the industry. How can they, travel advisors, use this campaign really to get their clients really more excited to vacation in LA?
Sure. So educating our travel trade community globally is a priority for LA Tourism. Our global tourism development team lead, Kathy Smits, continues to find new ways to highlight what's new and what's next in LA with her team. So the campaign gives our global team the opportunity to highlight all the new product and what's on the horizon.
Fantastic. Now, where can our readers, the travel advisors, go to learn more about this massive campaign and also more about LA tourism in general? What are your URL, social media handles, that kind of thing?
We'll keep it short and sweet. It's discoverlosangeles.com, and you can follow us at Discover LA on social media.
Well, fantastic. I'm going to take a look at this, and then it's going to probably help me want to go back to LA very soon. I know I'll be back there this year, at least at one point, maybe 2 or 3 times. I used to go a little bit more than that. And as I said, I used to live there for a little while. But it sounds like there's a lot more to do. I know there's definitely some things I've wanted to do in LA for a long time, mostly related to Hollywood and stuff like that. But there's a lot of other things in LA to do. In fact, I think you got, now I haven't seen the fully lit Hollywood sign, right? That's the other big thing that exists, right? That's the...
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet. Oh, that's the plan, I heard. When is that happening?
Well, we'll just use coming soon as the term for that. So
okay, because I heard about that and I said, boy, what a great idea that might have a lit Hollywood sign over it. And I guess I got out there too soon, but one of these days I'll get out there. Bill, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk about this great new campaign from LA Tourism. It sounds like hopefully it's going to generate a lot of visitors for you, and we'll be looking for more. And as you saw from the spots we showed, it's really a great creative campaign, and hopefully it's going to get a lot more people coming to LA.
Thanks so much for having me.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.